Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make another survival style house. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check down below in the description for all of my tutorial playlists, but feel free to check out the guard system as well for some more targeted videos that I think that you guys might really enjoy. Moving on, if you want to make the house, here's what you're going to need. You will need, as usual for these survival houses, oak wood, some oak wood planks, also grab yourself some cobblestone, and grab yourself some cobblestone slabs. You'll also want some oak wood stairs and some stone stairs, only stone, not cobblestone stairs, plus you'll also want to grab yourself some white stained glass paint, and we might need a few more things later on, but you guys know me, I've probably forgot about them. I'll remember when we need them. Once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you're going to want to kick off your house with a row of 5 oak wood coming directly up from the ground. That's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then want to take that top block, that 5th block, and go right of it by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect that 6th block to the ground. You guys who've made one of these before probably know what's going to happen next. Now we want to take this 6th block once again and go right of it by a further 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect that 6th block all the way down to the ground. Now, one more time guys, let's take this 6th block once again and go right of it again by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect that 6th block down to the ground like so, and what you want to end up with guys should look a little bit like this. But that's not all. Why don't we build this in a little bit of a different way? So guys, once you've reached this point right here, what you now want to do is you want to take each one of those 5th/6th blocks, basically the blocks that are connected to the floor, take each one of those and go on top of them each by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the others as well. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then connect each one of those 5th blocks together. Just go all the way across and connect everything together, and you'll end up with a nice little pattern that should look like this. It reminds me of a bar of chocolate. Once you've got that taken care of guys, this is what you want to do next. Now we want to do a similar thing, but we only want to do it to the center square rectangular-ish shape that we have. So we want to take these two middle ones and we want to raise them up, not once but twice, by 5. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got the other one as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then connect those two 5th blocks together, and you want to do it once more guys, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then connect each one of those 5th blocks together, and you'll end up with a shape that should look roughly like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of guys, this is what you want to do next. It's now time for us to make this Fang 3D. And to do that, we now want to take each one of those blocks that we kind of like extended up from and extended. We want to take each one of those blocks and drag them, coming towards us each by 6. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you guys get the idea. All of those are 6, so I'm just going to guesstimate the rest of the rows and adjust them as I need to. So I'm not going to count these out like I just said, but I will adjust them if I need to. I feel as though I've already went wrong. I feel as though I've already done like a couple of rows of 5, but like I said, I don't want to verbally count them out just because I don't want to count to 6 about 50 times. So we're just going to guesstimate, and we've only got a couple more to do after this, and we've just got these top 2. And what you then want to do once you have all of your rows of 6 guys, and I'm sure that you can see where you have to plan all of them. I think that those are all actually the same length. What you then want to do is you then just want to connect them together, and you also want to connect that bottom layer all the way down to the ground. It might be easier if we just connect this bottom layer together first and then connect them to the ground, and then it might be easier if we then do the same thing to the row just above it, if we connect them together and then connect them to the ground separately. And by connect them to the ground I of course mean just the previous level, because we've now essentially made level 1, level 2, and we have kind of like level 3, which isn't really accessible. It's like the tower portion of this house, but we just have the tower part to connect together. So why don't I connect them all vertically, and then I can go horizontally and I can connect them as well. So why don't we just do that? We've just got 2 rows to do, 1 and 2. Perfect. So we want to have something which should look like this. But we're not done just yet. We have one little bit left to do, guys. So this isn't the actual structure of the house complete yet. We have one more thing left to do. So once you've reached this point right here, oh, and I should point this out. I do like pointing this out nice and early. The entrance to the house is designed to go right here. That's where the entrance is designed to go. Of course, it doesn't have to be there. It could be on the opposite side, or you could move it entirely if you guys really wanted to. It's kind of up to you. But the entrance is designed to go right there. Completely up to you, of course, as usual. Moving on. What you now want to do, take out your oak wood, and we now want to extend this left of the entrance and right of the entrance. We want to extend these two parts out exactly how we extended the previous part of the building out. We want to extend it out by 6, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, we just want to connect most of them together. We want to connect the left-hand side to the left-hand side and the right-hand side to the right-hand side, but we do not want to connect the center part because that is, well, that's the walkway. That's the way up to the entrance. That's where the nice little path's going to be, and we don't want to interrupt that. So, in doing that, you will have actually 100% fully constructed the framework of the house. Kinda. We've got the roofs to do now. So, once you've reached this point right here, this is where the roofs are going to go. There's actually quite a few of them. There is 5 of them in total. So, I bet you guys thought these bits were balconies, didn't you? Nah, you guys looked at the thumbnail, you knew what was coming. So, the roofs are here and they look like this. So, the roofs always start first block in, right here, from the left. We do a couple of upright diagonals, then a couple of bottom right diagonals, and we connect to the opposite side of the roof. So you can see, like on this front left-hand part, we've got one block coming in, one on top, 2 upright diagonals, 2 bottom right diagonals, that connects to the roof. And that's just like the outer part of the roof. Oh, and we can probably fill those in as well. So if you also want to fill these little bits in whilst we're here, whoops, because I always forget for some reason if I leave it later, if you just want to put 3 cobblestone underneath each one of those oak woods and then place a white stained glass pane right in the center, that's how it's supposed to look. So why don't we do the exact same thing all the way around the house now? So the first 2 ones are obviously the front 2 pokey out bits of the house. So the 2 front modules of the house, or however you want to say it, those are where the first 2 roofs are. The second 2 roofs are left and right of the tower, and they have the exact same shaped roofs. So just do the exact same thing up here. Build it in any way you want. You can see that I kind of like split the difference with that roof. I didn't follow my own instructions, but kind of just do it however you like. It doesn't matter. You guys know how to build the roof, and of course that's where one of them goes. And I'm filling them in as I do it as well, just because not only do I not have to remember now, it saves a little bit of time later on. Since we're already here, we may as well do it, is what I'm thinking. So this is the 4th roof, guys, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where does the last one go? You guys know where it goes. It goes all the way up at the top of the middle center tower part here. So the roof faces towards us. It comes this way, just like the 2 front roofs. So here it's just a oak wood, whoops, where's that going? Diagonal, 1 here. Oh, let's fill that in as well. And of course, this one's ever so slightly different than all of the other roofs because this one has both sides. All of the other roofs kind of just like meld into the house, so we don't have to worry about the other sides of them. But this one is the only one in which we have to do that. So what you want to end up with so far, guys, should look a little bit little off center there, should look a little bit like that, and that is the actual structure of the house, 100% fully complete. All we have to do now, obviously, is we have to fill in the walls and all of the other things that we have to do, the roof and all of that fun stuff. So, once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next, guys. If you guys have ever built any of my previous survival houses, and I am going to change up the formula because I do realize that I'm doing roughly the same thing every time, this is what you want to do next, and it'll be familiar to you. So, the first thing, starting with the bottom of the house, you want to lay a layer of cobblestone that goes all the way around the bottom of the house inside of the oak wood framework. You probably don't want to do that with the cobblestone because that'd be bad, it'll obstruct the window, but you want to go all the way around the inside of your survival house with your cobblestone, and it just wants to snake around the entire bottom floor of, well, the bottom floor of the house. So it just wants to end up looking, and I don't think I'm too far off, I'm not. It wants to end up looking a little something like this. As you guys can see, it goes all the way around the bottom part of the house, inside the oak wood, and it just snakes all the way around the inside. And of course, it doesn't block up the entrance. That'd be bad. Now, once you've done that once, we want to do the exact same thing just directly above it. Well, I say directly above it. It wants to be like 3 rows above it. It wants to be in the 3rd row. It's just underneath the framework, and it'll allow us to sandwich some glass pane and some oak wood in between it. But I'll explain how that will work in just a moment to you guys. But you can see that just 3 levels higher, we want to do the exact same thing. And of course, I'm kind of like weaving in and out of the framework. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's probably easier, who knows. But what you want to have, guys, should look, once you have both of those layers taken care of, they should look a little bit like this. You guys can see that now. Yeah, of course you can. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? Ah, great. Once you've reached this point right here, guys, this is what you want to do next. Take out your oak wood planks. So basically, now what we want to do, we want to take out our oak wood planks, and inside of each one of the little rectangular sections that we have around the house, we want to place oak wood planks in the left and right hand side. We want to connect the 2 layers of cobblestone down together like that. And it just wants to look, well, like that. It just wants to, on the left and right hand side, just to give you guys a better view, left and right hand side, oak wood, and it applies here as well. It also applies here next to the entrance. We want oak wood on the left and right. It applies here. If you guys can see what I'm talking about, I'm sure you can. It's just oak wood planks left and right, and it separates it a little bit, and it makes it look a little bit better. It just throws a little bit of contrast in there. If you just have the cobblestone and the glass, then it's almost as if there's not that much going on. And you guys will see what I mean with that by the tower, because the tower doesn't have any oak wood in it. But you can see that you want to do that all the way around the edge of the bottom floor of your house. And of course, the last thing that we have to do, we just have to add 2 layers of white stained glass pane directly on top and below the cobblestone. We just want to completely fill it in. And if you want to stay very survival housey, I don't know how I managed to get the white stained glass paint. I used it in my last survival build actually, and I do like it more, which is why I guess I subconsciously chose it. But if you want to stay more survivally, you'd probably use regular glass, wouldn't you? You wouldn't waste your time going to the effort of getting white stained glass. But regular glass will look fine as well, and in some cases, I mean, it does look a little bit cooler. I mean, it fits the house a little better, really. Because of course this house, as I keep mentioning in the title of the video and all of that fun stuff, survival house, so it would make more sense if it was just regular glass. But I don't know why my original build I used white stained glass pane, and it's not a massive difference, but it is a difference, and I do like it. So as you can see, that's how the ground floor should look. Not only do we want the ground floor to look this way, but we want the second floor to look this way as well. So coming up to the second floor, guys, what do you want to do? You want to do the exact same thing. So on the second floor, just inside of these 3 rectangular compartments that we have, we want to do the exact same thing that we did to the ground floor. We just want to do the exact same thing. So we'll start off with 1 layer of cobblestone right at the bottom. Then we'll do the second layer of cobblestone, which is of course 3 rows higher, and then we'll add all of the oak wood planks. I hate it when people say things like that. I can't believe that I just did it myself. When oak wood planks, all of the oak wood planks will then add inside of each one of the individual sections, and then we'll just add glass. Oh god, I just cringed at myself so hard. So we're now adding the oak wood planks, and then we're just adding the glass in. It bugs me. Do you guys ever see in adverts where it's like, oh, I don't know, it's like carpet cleaner, it's called Vanish Dash and Glass or something, and it's supposed to be said in 1 word, but for whatever reason the commentator always... you know what, here's a better example since it just came out. Fallout 4. So in the advert, like the commentator, the guy who's actually trying to sell you the game, is like, why don't you come and play in the Wasteland in Fallout 4? Whereas, of course, they should just say Fallout 4, but for some reason they just split it up. They add extra syllables into the name of the game. It bugs me. I don't know if it bugs you as well, but it really does. It's like, I don't know, like, why don't you come down and grab some brand new Easter eggs from your local Morrison's instead of Easter eggs? Does it bother anybody else? Am I a lunatic? Right? It's got to I see one of you guys raising your hands. Of course it bothers somebody else. So that is level 2, guys. Level 2, as I said, is level 1. It's the exact same thing. It's cobblestone, oak wood planks on the left and right, glass pane everywhere else. Once you've got that taken care of on the second level, we want to do a similar but different thing all the way to the tower, all the way up on the tower. So for the tower, as I mentioned, it's basically we still want to do the cobblestone thing. We're still happy with that. We're still loving it, but we don't want to add any oak wood planks. We're done with them. It's over. We don't like them anymore. So for the tower, just cobblestone, no oak wood planks in the corners. But if you want to, if you want to, it's completely up to you, of course. Why don't you just add some oak wood planks in the corners? Completely up to you. I like it just cobblestone because I like the difference. I like the fact that there's a little bit of a difference with this house, like from the tower and what have you. I like that. I like the fact that there's a word that I'm searching really hard for that I can't. That I just can't pull out. But I like that. I like the fact that the middle of the tower is different to all of the rest of the house. So as you can see, we've just got the cobblestone here, and where we would usually add the oak wood planks. I don't know why I emphasise that word. We then just want to add glass all the way in between the cobblestone. Maybe I'm just losing my mind today. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that is exactly what's going on. I'm just differentiation. Is that the word that I was looking for earlier? I don't know. It's a big word. It's a big word that I was looking for. Differentiation has like 2 syllables in it. It's more than I'm used to. Who knows? But you can see that I'm adding the glass. And once we've done this, actually, the next part of this, because all the walls and all that fun stuff will be filled in, what we will then be doing is... come on, there we go. What we'll then be doing once you've filled your tower in and all the rest of it, as you guys can see I've done now, all we have to do is add the roof. That's it. How happy does that make you guys? It makes me very happy. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. And of course, if you've made these houses before, you know how to make the roofs. But for those of you that are a little new around here, this is what you want to do. So this applies to every other roof other than that big one up there, just because it's got 2 ends. But this is what you want to do. So the first part of the roof, the bit that is in line with the framework, starts off its life as cobblestone. Starts off as cobblestone stairs or regular stone stairs. The end bits which overhang the roof are also cobblestone, or sorry, regular stone stairs. I'm going to rename them in a second. And also the top center part of the roof is also going to be cobblestone slabs. I'm surprised that they're not just regular stone slabs. The under part of the roof is also to... The under part of the roof, you also want to add upside down stone stairs underneath. Got it right that time, had to correct myself mid-sentence. The overhang part of the roof, you want upside down stone stairs. And then the rest of it, the big actual meaty part of the roof, the fleshy part, the center part, the bit in the Cadbury's chocolate orange, which is non-existent because they're not what I'm thinking of. The bit in the cream egg where it's all of that white / delicious eggy part. I don't know what they put in there, but this is the center part. It's the exact same idea. This is where all of the fun stuff happens. This is why you bite the top off of the egg and just rush your way to the center. Or at least that's how I eat them anyway. You guys have Cadbury's cream eggs? Do you have those in America, or am I seeming more and more like a lunatic as this video goes on? So there we go, wonderful. So a difficult part of the roof when you're adding in your oak wood stairs is when you get to the satin part, to connect it to the actual building, you're going to have to really get in there just to connect it. Sometimes tricky, sometimes doesn't want to go the right way. So the roof will end up looking a little like this. So just to explain it again, what are you looking at? Cobblestone stairs on the outer parts of the roof, that includes the first row and the bit that overhangs. Cobblestone slabs right at the top of it, and then it's just oak wood stairs everywhere else. And you might even want to elongate the roof a little bit on the sides, the first row on that outer part, just to make it fit in a little bit more. But that's what you want to do, not once, not twice, not thrice, not four times, whatever that fancy word is. Not 5, well actually 5 times as well, but the 5th time we're actually doing the other part of the roof as well. So once you've done that once, guys, I'm sure that you'll figure out how to do that and apply it to all of the other bits, which is exactly what I'm doing now. So we're just going to do all of these. We're probably going to talk about some nonsense whilst I do it. We're probably not going to spend too much time here talking about the roof, because that will drive both me and you insane if I just keep talking about how I'm placing these stone stairs and all of these oak wood stairs, and yeah, that'll put us both to sleep. So if we just ignore that, what can we talk about today, guys? What can we talk about? What's your guys' favourite chocolate? Is it the Cadbury's cream egg? I mentioned those earlier. In whatever babbling I was doing, I can't even remember the context anymore. Is it Cadbury's cream? I doubt it. Are those only around at Christmas? I don't know if you can get them. You can get them in the US. I remember seeing a vlog. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like Trisha Paytas. Do yourself a favor, Google her. You'll have a hilarious time watching her vlogs. I think she was like with Shane Dawson. She ate like a whole box of them, like on the way to, like, I don't know, like Chipotle or Taco Bell or something. She was just eating them. You guys do have them. I don't seem like a lunatic anymore, but now I do, because now I've revealed that I sometimes watch their videos. But they're the first two roofs again. Now we want to do the same thing on the left and right here. You guys do have them. They're nice. I like them, but I don't know. It's not an all-around year chocolate. It's not. It's something that I only have at Easter. It seems to make sense. Everything's egg related at Easter. For what reason, I don't know. Why is it eggs? Why is it rabbits and eggs at Easter? It doesn't make any sense. Actually, maybe the eggs do make sense. I mean, it's that whole Jesus coming back sort of deal, or whatever it's supposed to be about. And I guess it does make sense. Jesus' rebirth through the egg. Maybe that's what it has to do with. Maybe there's some sort of symbolism in there. I've got no real clue. I don't know. All I know is that I like Cadbury's cream eggs. Plus, we've got those, what are they called? Mini eggs. Mini eggs are also delicious. The Cadbury's ones, the ones that come in all varieties of colour, they're tiny. You can fit like a whole massive load of them in your palm and just throw them down like an animal. Oh, God, they're delicious. They're always nice and crunchy, and if they're slightly melted, they're even better. They're even speckled, which gives the illusion that they are actual real eggs, and they could give birth to tiny chocolate rabbits or tiny chocolate rabbit from an egg. A rabbit is a mammal. What are we talking about here? Give birth to tiny chocolate chickens, then. That makes more sense. Rabbits aren't born from eggs. Rabbits are mammals. I don't know what I'm talking about. So we've got the left-hand side done there. Then again, platypuses, whatever the plural for that is, those are mammals. They lay eggs. They're born from eggs. Maybe rabbits. Maybe they're the same thing as well. Who knows? I've never watched a rabbit give birth. They could lay eggs. They could. Guys, they could lay eggs. I've not seen it. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys ever had pet rabbits and they've laid an egg? Let me know. I doubt it. I know they haven't. I'm well aware. I don't even know how I got here. How did we get to... Oh, this is always the hard part. How did we get to rabbits laying eggs? Oh God, I don't even know. Let's talk about something else. This is the worst part of the video, I'm sure. I'm sure that this is the most awkward part of the video for you guys to sit and listen to. I'm sure that you just skip ahead this part. I'm sure that you're like, listen, I know we're both doing the same thing here, but I just can't listen to you ramble anymore. I can't deal with it. So you know what? I understand. I do the same thing to me as well. If I was watching some guy for the tutorials and the tutorials alone, I'd just skip. As soon as he... Chocolate! That's what it was. As soon as he started talking about dairy eggs, it'd be over. I understand that. I understand that you're already gone. You're catapulting ahead. I'm apologising to no one. Everybody's already skipped ahead. So what other nonsense can we talk about? We've only got one roof to do, by the way now, guys. But God damn it. We've only got one roof to do. We've only got the... I swear down, roof! I will end you. Good. Okay. So we've only got the big main roof to do now, which is all the way up at the top of the clock tower, which is where Quasimodo is hanging. Is anybody's favourite movie, Disney movie of course, we're only talking about Disney movies and regular movies, they get separated. We both have different favourites. But is anybody's favourite Quasimodo? The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Is anybody's that favourite? I mean, Beauty and the Beast I can understand. Peter Pan, maybe. It does have Captain Hook, that lovable little rogue. Maybe even Frozen, if we're going all New Age and stuff. Maybe even Pirates of the Caribbean, if you want to throw a really loose term on Disney. But is anybody's favourite The Hunchback of Notre Dame? I doubt it. I can't even remember any of the songs from that one. If there are even any songs. Who can relate to Quasimodo? There's not that many hunchback, ugly-looking bell bringers out there, really. It's not even set in a relevant time period. Neither is Beauty and the Beast, but for some reason I love Gaston. I don't know why. I wonder if kids these days, kids meaning you guys, I wonder if you guys still watch like old Disney movies and stuff, or whether it's just like New Age or Get Out. I wonder. I don't know. Do you guys watch all of the old stuff? Then again, kids still love Disney World. That's where all of the old guys hang around. There's where Mickey Mouse hasn't made a proper appearance in years. You guys still love him. I love him. I love that guy. Ha ha. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. We've just got the upside down stone stairs all the way up at the top of the tower here, and what we should end up with should look, and this is the house, as you guys might be able to tell, what we should end up with should look a little bit like this. And there you go, guys, that is exactly what you want to have. That is the entire building done. Those are all of the walls erected, those are the roofs put on, all of everything except really the outside of the house and the inside of the house. But you guys know how this works by now, hopefully. Unless you're new, welcome. What will now happen, guys, is now that I've done the entire house, now that I've shown you how to make this, I'm going to whisk away. I'm going to whisk away and I'm going to show you guys the original version of this house. Now, the original version, all I've done, I've messed about with the interior a little bit, and by messed about, I've added a staircase, one, and I've also filled the floors in. The outside, I've just added a hedge and a bit of a garden, but I'll tell you what, it makes the world of difference. Why don't we hop over to there? Why don't we have a look at it? I'm not going to show you how to do anything from henceforth, but I will show you what it looks like if you feel like committing the time. So, back in a moment, guys, tutorial portion over, but why don't we have a look at it anyway? Here we go, doesn't it look lovely? If nothing else, it looks brighter. Has it done something with its hair? I'm not even sure. So, this is the original version of the house, guys. As you can see, there's nothing too crazy added to it. I mean, like with the previous one, we've got that pretty cool looking flower bed, but this one, I didn't really feel the need to add anything crazy to it. Why don't we take a look at the interior, then the exterior, and then we'll sign out. So, for the interior of this house, I will admit, I'll be the first one to say it, that the interior for this house is a little small. It's tiny. It really is. It's a survival house. I mean, you're not supposed to have that much room, really, are you? It was a design flaw. I wish it was bigger, but this is the inside. I decided to use oak wood planks for the ground floor because I knew that I wanted to use oak wood outside as well. I always like those things to meld together because I don't like doors. I like to see the outside and the inside to come in and conjoin with each other. It's lovely, it really is. For the actual floors as well, for the second floor, I also stuck with the same theme. I went with some nice lovely oak wood planks. Staircase to the second floor, decided to put in here. I would really only recommend the staircase either being in this wing or the opposite one on the other side, or both, up to you. For the second floor, again, not too much room, but I did utilize the roofs. For the inside, of course, we filled these in, didn't we? Unlike the actual building itself, we filled these in. Knocked these out. I had to, if you use glass pane, then you'll notice, which is what was here first, you'll notice that it doesn't connect onto anything, so I used some white stained glass block, or whatever it's called, in its place. But this is the second floor. You can see you have roughly as much room as you have on the first floor, minus the fact that we have roofs here. The second floor, I didn't even bother filling in the roof because I like how tall it is. I like that we've got all of this contrast here. I like the fact that it's all nice and big and windy. If you were so motivated, you could actually make a spiral staircase that took you up to the top of that tower, and then you could really pretend to be Quasimodo, but there's no reason to do that unless you actually want to put like some floors and stuff up there. Then otherwise I probably wouldn't bother. It would just make the tower look a little ugly from the outside, to be honest with you guys. But that's the inside of the house. As you can see, not too much going on. I didn't bother with an interior because I've not been feeling them recently, but maybe I'll do one next time, who knows. So that's the interior. Exterior of the house, as you can see, I basically did a hedge that went all the way around the inside of the house, like in between all of the oak wood. Decided to do one of those. That looks pretty good if you ask me. We have a path that of course goes all the way around the edge of the house, which I always like. Leads all the way from the entrance, and you guys can see it's just oak wood and some oak wood planks. Stays 1 block away from the house at all times, and it just goes around. It's like, well, you guys can see it, obviously. It's just oak wood planks, oak wood. Then around the path we have some red flowers, roses, as I love the colour red, and then we have some hedge that goes all the way around. I use jungle leaves, but if you want to stay more survivally, unless you're next to a jungle, of course, you're probably going to want to grab yourself some oak wood leaves. And there you go, guys. That is a house. I think it looks quite lovely. I'm quite a fan of this house and the previous house. I love all of my survival houses. I don't know whether I've mentioned that before. I really do love every single one of my survival houses equally as children. Except the first one and the second one. They're not as good as the others. But all of the, from number 3 up until number 6 or 7, whichever this is, it's pretty nice. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you've managed to make it. If you've done both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favourite, share. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you want to do any of those things, help me, support me, all of that. And look, there's Anatomy Steve in the background with that Halloween house. Very creepy. I love that Halloween house, despite the fact that it's tiny. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Feel free to check out the description below and the card system for all of my other various tutorial playlists and individual videos, which I will be leaving you guys in the card system, which I'm sure that you guys will love, probably, maybe, hopefully. And I guess that is probably it. Do I have anything else to say? Probably not. Feel free to comment down below, what do you want to see me make next? Do you want to see more of these? I'm going to try and change up the formula for these survival houses, despite the fact that I love them and all of the materials that I love using. I think I will change it a little bit, maybe make it look a little bit different, maybe mix it around a bit, because I do realise that I've been doing roughly the same thing for about 4 different houses, all different designs though. They do go together very nicely in a village, I've got to say that, they really do. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, favourite, share if you wouldn't mind, and peace out. I never say that. See you in the next video.